Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Oh, my hair is so windblown. But welcome. We're doing our free spring paint class tonight. That would be this guy right here. And next weekend, we have our spring workshop, which will be the mushroom that we're going to do. And let's see, where is it? The rain boots. The rain boots. So the rain boots are next week. That is a workshop that you have to sign up for. This one's free. Next week is not, but if you want to take it, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. It's okay. Welcome, everyone. Where's my canvas? What did I do with it? Oh, y'all, I left it sitting over there. Goodness gracious. I left it sitting over there. Goodness. Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Let's see. We just had dinner. Excuse me. We just had dinner. And I didn't get to finish my dinner because I was feeding the baby. So my dinner is still sitting across the counter over there. But I'll finish it later. We're going to use the items on the supply list. Okay. You're going to use whatever colors you want to. You can improvise and use what you like. I always use a couple paper towels, paintbrushes, so on and so forth, some wax paper. Let me get that really quick. Wax paper. And I think that's it. I got my plate. I got all my things here. And then I'm going to go over the colors that I'm going to use. I'm going to make this this is a spring painting. So I'm going to make this one springy, super fun. And of course, I'm going to change your to a different viewpoint because I know that some of you guys will do this on the replay, and it's just more helpful to see it from a different perspective than like an upside down view. So I do like to change things up. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I never can see comments. If you're saying anything, I'm so super sorry. Oh, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up over here and see if anyone's got anything to say. Oh gosh, let me switch. Oh, let's see. Oh, I see a few people. Hello, Debbie. What's up, Diana? I see Jean. I see Tammy. Hello, good evening. Happy Saturday. I love to do these paint classes. They're great for beginners. They're great for advanced. They're just a great fun time to do something exciting. And the best of all is it's free. It's free. I think it's really good to do free things and give back, although I do feel like I give a lot. But these, I really wanted to do this year. So I'm dedicated, I'm committed, and I hope that you enjoy them. Hello, everyone. You can always watch this on the replay. Basically, what's going to happen is after this video is over, I'll download it. I'll upload it into a program called Vimeo. And then your supply list, I'll re-email that to you. And then everything will be right there in that same file. So you'll have the tracer, the information, and then you'll have the video link there. So thank you guys for being here. Happy Saturday. It's going to be a cute one. So this is spring flowers in a pot. Flowers in a pot, super cute. It's going to go on our canvas just like so. And then next week is the mushroom. And like I said, and then we're going to do, I didn't do this one. I don't know if I want to do that one, but I drew all these up. And then next week is Friday and Saturday workshop. We're going to do those. So those will be available. I put the link in the description in case you want to sign up for them. And we're going to do this one. I don't like to like super salesman people things. Just like, hey, I'm going to tell you about it. If you want to do it, you do it. If not, it's okay too. So let's see. I've got my graphite paper. I've got my tracer. Y'all, we still do not have air conditioning. So it was super mega hot, but the pool was 80 degrees, so people jumped in it today. I've not been into the pool yet. I really want to be into the pool, but not yet. Not yet. All right, so I got this tracer paper from Amazon, and it came with the little styluses. And so that's what I've been using. And then my canvas is from the dollar store, but you can use cardboard. You could do, you don't have to do the frame canvas. You can do the flat back canvas. It's whatever you want to do. It's completely up to you. All right, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna have a good time. We're just gonna have a great, fun, relaxing time painting. And seeing what happens next. So I'm gonna put the tracer paper down, face down. I have chicken in my teeth. I have chicken in my teeth, everyone. Hello, hello. I see some of you guys joining. All right, basically what you do, grab your supplies. Yes, girl, go get them. Go get them. Hello, Judy. So basically you're going to put your graphite paper, the shiny side down. And this is if you want to trace it. If you want to trace this, you can. If you don't, you want to freehand it, you can do that too. It's completely up to you. So I'm just going to position mine where I find that it looks the best. And then I'm just going to trace it on. So I need to slide it over just a smidge. Right here. So just about like that. And then make sure it's straight because I feel like mine's a little bit crooked, but I got it. All right. So now I'm just going to basically trace this onto the canvas through that graphite paper. And then we're going to paint it. So I'm just going to start going around. And I never get a perfect line. So I don't overthink it. I don't really worry if it's the same. I just want an idea of it. I want it to be close. So I'm just going to start by going around all these little circles really quick. Kind of messy like. And then just keep lots of flowers for this because it is a spring painting. And you can do them all different colors. You can do them all one color. I think my example, I did blue flowers, but you can do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be the same as I did. And I did this on Procreate. I just drew this on there and color dropped in some different things. But I pulled different colors for this. Oh, I got a little crazy on that one. Let me do this one. And I don't usually do these first because I feel like it's really helpful for people to see like just how easy it is to transfer it. And I think I like to feel where I've been. I think I got it. That's pretty good. Looks pretty decent. Okay, let me do my stems, which I don't know why this one, there's no stem. Just draw it in. You can do it. And then that kind of goes behind. And then your vase, you can do whatever vase you like. I'm doing this kind of black and white one. And again, it's not going to be perfect. Gonna get out of the lines. And then our little like counter space. So you can see that the transfer is kind of extra messy. It's not the greatest, but it's a great foundation to start with. And so I'm not going to overthink it. And then you can color these. You can use like markers. I always tell everyone like you can use all kinds of different things. Watercolors, markers, crayons, give it to your kids to color. Do a bunch of them. It's completely up to you. All right, I'm going to put this back in here because I can use this again and again and again. And slide that right on in. Now, I always try to teach somebody something, whether you know it or not. I try to teach someone something. And what I've learned is that everyone has a way of doing things. So there's no wrong way. If you take other people's classes, There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong way. If you like other people's techniques, you can do those things too. I think that it's all in the interpretation of like what you connect with as far as like how you learn. And so I don't really want you to overthink it. Certainly do not want you to overthink it. All right, I'm gonna find I got a cup of water. You're gonna need a cup of water. And I'm gonna use, all my brushes are kind of like in this little caddy over here. I'm just gonna find the ones I want to use, and this is a matter of preference, okay? I've got this one, it's a little polka dot brush. And it's probably a 1/2 inch. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, everyone. It's probably a 1/2 inch. I'm also going to use an angled brush, which I have this one right here, but I feel like it's a little frayed. Let me see. I might also use this one. So this is a number, it doesn't have a number. It's just a flat brush. It looks like that. But overthinking is what I do best. Don't overthink it. You'll paint with replay, that's okay. This is an angled brush, and it just says 3/8. 3/8. Y'all, today I got some reading glasses. Let me see if I can see what it says. It is, in fact, 3/8. Let's see what this one says. Oh, it says a 6. This is a 6. This one is just a polka dot brush. And then let's do, this is this is like a liner brush. Let me see. I really like this one instead. This one is a 4. This is a 4. And this one's a 3. It says 3. It says 3 on there. So I have these right here, just like so. So I've got an angle brush. I've got that squared brush. The liner kind of brushes. Oh, see if I can read the toothpaste tube. Oh no, I still can't read it. A little bit better. Trusted by dentists. I can read the top line. You guys don't know about that. I could not read the toothpaste last night. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh gosh. All right, I'm gonna stick my brushes over here. I don't think I'm gonna need any of those. Again, I have my cup of water. I've got a plate for my paint. I've got my paper towels here. I have my wax paper. I've got my brushes, and I've got my paint colors, okay? So for this, I wanna do a black and white. Here's my idea. A black and white vase, or a white and a color. So I have yellow. This is summer squash. I really like this yellow. This one is coral. This is lilac meadow. Now remember, we're getting into summer, but we're doing a spring painting because, you know, that's what we're doing. Sea breeze. This is Hauser medium green. And then this one is Blue Haven. And then, of course, I have white. So those are the colors that I've picked for our spring painting. Facebook is like, oh, there's hearts. Did I try the toothpaste? I tried the toothpaste. I did. I tried it yesterday. I used my regular toothpaste this morning. Y'all, I have to bring myself to do it. All right, so I think what I might do is go ahead and go with the black and white. So I'm gonna add a little black. gonna put all my paints on my plate. I have another pair of reading glasses at work, but they're not strong. They're not strong. All right, this is at Blue Haven. Some of these colors I kept out. I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna use these. Well, it is so hot here. Oh gosh. I have no strength in my left hand. And my hands are like, I don't know if you can tell, my hands are super swollen today. I even made my sister take me to CVS to get a diuretic. I'm gonna have to go to the doctor. Believe it or not, my blood pressure is normal. And then today I took my blood pressure and it was not normal. So I think something might be going on. And my feet are swollen, my legs are swollen. And I'm not really sure what's up. So we're gonna have to take care of that. I do know that when I get super hot, my body like swells. So I'm not sure, y'all. I'm going to figure it out. But here recently in the past year, I have started to have a little bit more arthritis issues. And believe it or not, this is so super weird. What did your dad do to the shed today? Nothing. Nothing. We went to Lowe's and we got all the stuff. So they're going to do that in the morning. They're going to do that in the morning. They're going to build the steps. And then we got to, oh gosh, I need to tell him that. He's out there with the other people watching something. They're watching a show out there. We got to see how much insulation we need. All right, there we go. All right, you guys. I'm just gonna stick all this paint aside. I don't really need it. Oh, I was gonna tell you. I have this lump that has come up on my thumb. By the way, my nails are always stained. Always, it never fails. And then I already have paint on my hands. But I have this lump. You may not be able to see it, but it's right there. This one, I don't have it. You can kind of see how it's super flat. I have this weird random lump that has come up on my thumb right there. It's like a ball right there. I can see it. I know that you can probably see that. It doesn't even hurt. It's just, it's super noticeable, and it's not painful either. So all my radar is going off. I'm like, what's on my thumb? What's going on? I don't know. It's a mystery. All right, so cup of water. Get tested for lupus. I have the same issues, was diagnosed in 2005. Get blood work for rheumatoid arthritis. I have arthritis in my hand, but I've not, like, I know that arthritis can cause like swelling and joint issues, but I'm not really had that much of an issue. But then like about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, I started having issues with my arm, and I just kind of felt like this is the after effects of like a lot of painting and stuff like that, but I could be wrong. Are you gonna leave? Can you go out to that shed and count those like rungs? If you can count that high. Oh gosh. I just now thought of that. Like how many are there? There's probably a lot. We looked at the insulation bag and it said there's 9 pieces per bag. Heart bump started on 1 finger, now on 4. Really? Arthritis causes bumps like this? It's like, I don't even know. It's not even, it's like, and it doesn't hurt when I push on it. There's nothing there. Right at the joints, it's like it's right below, it's right in between my joint and my nail bed. And it's like right here. Like, I'm gonna put my paintbrush right on the center of it. Like, it's right there. So, like, this is my joint of my thumb. It's like here. And it's all around this little spot right here. It's weird. Is it fluid leaking from your joint? Oh. You have one on your thumb? You have knots on several fingers. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to figure this out. Like, I'm not like old, but I'm like, I'm almost 50. I'm 45. I'll be 46 in like 10 days. And I'm just like, what is going on? Don't make no sense. But my hands were so swollen today. All right, let me resituate you guys. Let me change your positioning. Oh gosh, I'm wrapped around. Hang on, let me unplug this iPad. Okay, let me unplug it. Let's put this down. Scoot this over. Fix my iPad. All right, that way I can at least see what's going on. All right, so we've got our paint. There we go. You have a pinched nerve in your neck? Oh, wow. Let's move it back just a little. There we go. Scoot our paper off of there. All right. So this is the view. This is the view. I think this works. Okay. There we go. Comments shouldn't be in the way. If they are, I can always, like, if I scoot this over anymore, let me scoot myself over so that I can scoot my paper over. There we go. That way, if the comments on my phone are like right here. So it should be good. How many are there?
Just on the walls, 70.
70?
Yeah.
How many bags is that?
I don't know.
Oh, I'll have to do the math.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Did you tell Mark what time tomorrow?
I told him about 9.
Oh.
After I get some breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Morning.
Oh, I thought you were like, how early is too early? I'm like,
Was 9 too early?
no. I feel like 9 is like so late.
That's what I say at 7 a.m. when I'm at work and
I'm still up. I'm up at 6:30. It's crazy.
Thanks for doing.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna do the background, and I always do the background. Depends on exactly what I'm doing, but I tend to do the background first. It's completely up to you. You can do whatever kind of background you want. Again, there is no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer, okay? So you do what you feel connected to. So pick your own colors. These are the colors that I have picked. And we're gonna go ahead and do the background, okay? So I'm gonna do a little mix of colors. So, and I also have my paper towels here. So I'm using my cup of water, get my brush wet, and I'm gonna take a little white and I'm gonna take a little blue. So it's like white's on one side, blue's on the other side. And you can mix them on a plate. You can get you a different plate and you can like mix you a custom color. I kind of just wanna go over the sky, wall, whatever it is, with this blue. So I'm just gonna go over it, and I'm gonna add a little darker blue around the edges. And we're gonna come in and we're gonna add some other things too. And I'm just gonna go right around. There's a lot of blue in the inners. You can do whatever you like. There is really no wrong answer. Add you a little white. Just don't overthink it. That's the thing that I always tell people is like, if you are overthinking it and you're like, oh, mine doesn't look exactly blended the same way. This is meant to look like a marbly look. There's a little bit of a shadow there for my cup. Let me move that because it looks a little bit darker there. There's no wrong answer. You do whatever you want. And you can kind of see, I'm going right over the flowers, but I also know that my flower is probably going to go over that as well, like when I paint them on. Okay, so we've got this. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add a little bit of this teal color, just a little, and I'm going to bring it right in through here. You can see what's happening. It just creates a whole fun look. And just feather it in. I'm going to add a little white. And then I'm going to add a little bit of that teal. And I'm telling you, a little teal, it's a little teal. And I think it's that sea breeze color. We just want to create a really fun background. After all, it's a spring sky. Maybe this is like sitting outside. It's, you know, sitting on a table. It's looking real cute out there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of that teal over here and just kind of feather it in. Yeah, just a little random. Pick your places. Again, no wrong answer. It's going to really give you more of a higher end look. Like you did some magic. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And you're going to be like, right, it's my first time. Just tell them all the things. The goal is for you to have fun. So see how there's little bursts of color it's not like a muted. Let me get a little water. I'm gonna add a little of that teal over here, some down here. Add a little white. Blend it kind of upwards. Don't overthink it. And you don't want to over mix it. See how it kind of looks splotchy and it's supposed to look that way. Okay, don't overwork it. Let it be. And then we'll come into the inner parts of our painting. Okay, so let me show you. So see how this is? So we're gonna take a little bit of our blue, go along the bottom, add us a little white. Don't overthink it. You were putting meatloaf in the oven? That sounds amazing. My husband made chicken on the grill. It was so good. He used this like bourbon barbecue something glaze. I don't know. He picks these little like marinades at Kroger. And I'm like, oh gosh, it was so good. It was so good. So I think I want to add just a little bit more right up through here. And I like to add a little white. It gives a great marbling. I think that looks good. Okay, now we're gonna take a little of our white and just kind of bounce through. See how it just creates this really cool glow? It almost looks like, oh gosh, that's so fancy. Doing such a fancy job. Makes it look like a masterpiece. And who would have thought, like, when you look at paintings and you're like, oh gosh, they did such a lovely job. I wonder how they did that. Well, this is one of the ways that you can do that. You can just create your own. You get to create your own little masterpiece by just adding in a little white. And just splotch it around. So now you have like this soft kind of glow. It's really cool. Okay, one thing we do need to do is now do like our little inner bits. Okay, the little inner bits. And those are gonna be real interesting, okay? That's where the little smaller brush comes in. And I'm gonna refer you to like a brush like this. It's like a mini version of the big one. See, it's like a little mini of the big. Okay, so we're gonna take and we're gonna do the same thing. Add that blue, add that white, and we're just gonna go in and drop it off. Just go in, drop it off. Anywhere you see that it needs to go. All right, I'm just gonna bounce through with my white. Try to keep my flower formation the best I can and my stems where they're supposed to go. I'm gonna come in, that white. Some of this might get covered up. And I'm gonna come in with that teal. That really fun little bit of color. Now, I don't want a whole lot of this. I just want it to kind of marble in, just kind of like the rest. Just pick up a little, move it around. You can kind of see what's happening here. But our flowers are going to make all the difference when we add those on top. Add that blue because I feel like it's getting a little bit bright in there. Just try to follow, because it's hard to grasp like what color it should be when your flowers aren't done. So you can always like feather them out just a little. That's dark. And then a little light. tiny brush. And then just bounce in the glow. My paintbrush dripped. I feel like that always happens to me. All right, so I feel like I've got a similar, this over here is a little dark. I'm gonna add just a little bit of that glow just to make sure. I feel like it's pretty close with the exception of this is here, but the flower is gonna go over it, so I think it's gonna be okay. All right, so we've got our base, like our background. So fun, right? It looks so cute. Looks super cute. Super cute. You got this. It kind of looks French country in a way, like a little cottagey. A little cottage look. All right, I'm gonna dry it. So now you could have done your background gray. You could have done it pink. You could have done it orange, yellow, purple, white. Any color you want. I do see a little spot right here that I missed. Just kind of like right there. There we go. So this is the background. It looks so fancy, so fancy. All right, so we're gonna do the pot, and we're gonna do the bottom. So my bottom is going to be like a brighter green. So I'm just gonna go across the bottom, add a little white. Let me spin my paper towel around. I feel like I've got so I'm thinking spring, but I also am thinking of like a style of like, ooh, if I walked into Kirkland's and saw something like this, would I want it in my house? Like, so I'm like, it's kind of French country? Is it kind of cottagey? What's the style of this? And what's my outcome going to be? So you just kind of have to pick what you want yours to be. And I'm just swooshing away. You can see that I'm not creating a solid wash. So I want this to kind of look splotchy, like, I just keep thinking of like the fancy style paintings that look like there's a whole lot of like Bob Ross techniques, but it's very simple and it feels kind of like an oil painting. So that's kind of the style. What's up, Debbie? You're late. Well, we had to go to Lowe's today. I went to my dad's and helped him do some little like organization things. I was like, Dad, you have an apartment. You're gonna have to decide what you need to keep and what doesn't need to stay. Like you gotta make your choices. Okay, so I have created this look. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and take the dark green along the top, and I'm just gonna wash it. I'm feathering. I'm just feathering with a very, very tip of my brush. And I've inched into my pot, but that's okay. I can paint over that. And then I'm taking that green again, and I'm washing underneath. And when I say wash, I'm like washing. Like there's just a little, and I'm swooshing it. And then I'm just wiggling my brush. Just wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. And I notice how I've turned my painting sideways because I'm right-handed. And I'm just wiggling away. Did I see her? I did, Carolyn. I did see it. I also responded. Yes, I saw it. I responded while I was at Lowe's. And I saw your, the packing slip. And I also have not addressed it yet because it's Saturday and I'm not at work right now. So, I try to keep up to date with the emails, but I'm not like rushing to the warehouse to go and like figure out like what happened. We will take care of that on Monday. But yes, I did see it. If you sent me another email since then, no, I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen that one. But I did see. I was showing my sister. Okay, so see how we've now created some different like shades? Okay, so right through here, I'm gonna add some of that green back. Just like right through here. Just that deeper, darker green, because I feel like it got a little away from itself for whatever reason. And then I'm going to do it on this side. Just a smidge. And then take that green. Now that you've created you're layering, you're gonna go right back and deepen it a little bit more along the bottom. So at first we were taking it and we were feathering it out, and now we're just adding a little bit of the chunkiness right to the underside, and then we're just wiggling it kind of outward. Okay, so when you look at the depth of something, maybe there's a light source, there's a shadow, maybe it's from the front, could be a number of things, okay? I'm gonna take this white and I'm just gonna come through and add a little highlight. Just a little, and I'm just wiggling. And then a little maybe down here, over this way. And it could be a little reflection, like it's a green painted table. Maybe it's like a glass top on a table. It could be anything. And so we're just creating a look. It's just a cool look. Okay. Now we've got our background. We've kind of got our surface. Okay, and I got into my lines here, but that's okay. I'm gonna take the green and I'm gonna go ahead and go around the bottom. And I'm gonna just kind of marble in that white. Just kind of like so. Don't overthink it. Your shades might not be the same. I mean, look at how mine looks. It's like not perfect. And then I'm gonna come up the side over here. Pull this through. And then I'm gonna come around. So I picked spring colors for this. It doesn't have to be these colors that I've picked. If you want to do this more like of a romantic vibe or whatever, you can take out the lines in your pot. I wanted it to be kind of like, I don't know, just going for a different look. All right, I just stuck my hand in it. What's new? And I want to do the sides of this. Got my blue. And we're going to work on our flowers. And this is a really, really easy painting, I'm telling you. I do these free classes and I hope that they are far more than free for you. And you take some value from this and you like what you get for free, you actually can do and feel proud of yourself. Like you want to paint this and your outcome is like, wow, that was a really fun little thing I just was a part of. So I don't want to just slap some stuff on here and just be like, whatever. Okay, let's put that green just a little. That was probably a little too much. Hello, Marcia, you're late. That's okay. I know it's Saturday and a lot of people have like, we had family over for dinner. My dinner, I didn't even finish my dinner. It's sitting across the counter. I didn't get a chance to finish it. I'm not addressing the questions about my sister. She made it very clear on her own Facebook page that she was exiting social media and she was exiting people's lives. And we've all chose to respect her decision and I will not be addressing it. So as difficult as it is, life goes on and that it came out of nowhere. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to address it. So she has her own page. When she decides she wants to show up, that's on her. But right now she lives her own private life without the internet. And I purposely ignore that question because I'm not going to have drama around it. Believe me when I tell you, no one understands. It is what it is. It's just really unfortunate, but ain't nothing I can do but move forward with life. But we're here to paint a canvas. All right. So we did our sides, looks pretty good. This other side over here, you can kind of see what's happening over here. I just marbled in a little bit of that same color to kind of blend it. I just need the same finish. I think it's really cute. All right, I'm going to swap out this paper towel and I'm gonna flip it over to the back side. And this brush, if I decide to use it, I'll come back to it. Oh shoot, you saw what just happened, right? Let me get a wipe. I'll use one of these. These are the crappy wipes. All right. So I'm going to, so we're going to worry about our flowers, our centers, our pot, and our stems. So we've done our bottom on our background, okay? So for the bottom down here, I really want to do something that's kind of, it's got that pop. I really love that black and white pot, and I think that that's really fun. So I really want to do that. But the downside to the black and white is that you need an outer border to make the white pop and then the black pop. So we're going to paint the ones that need to be black and then the ones that need to be white, okay? So I'm just going to start to build the foundation of what that looks like. And I'm getting this a little bit wet just because I want to see how it looks when I add a little water first. And that's kind of similar to what you do with watercolor painting. And then I take my black and I just kind of come in and drop in that black into that water. I'm just kind of curious, like, what's our outcome going to be versus like the background. So I'm just dropping in that black. So that it's not so like, wow black. It's like a blend of black. And then when it dries, I want to see what happens. Okay, so that one is done. Okay, I'm going to see what happens when I dry it. Am I going to like it? Am I not? So I don't want a solid black. And y'all know how hard a white is. So the white's gonna have a little tinge of gray to it. So I just wanted to tell you, like, this is what's gonna happen. So I kind of like the way that this looks. So I'm gonna clean out my brush. And I'm going to use my water. And I'm gonna saturate the next section with water just like I did. And it's clear, you can't see it, but I can see that it's wet. So that water is gonna flow right off of this brush and onto the canvas. And it's gonna kind of float there. And I can see where it's wet versus where it's dry. So I'm adding that. And then I'm gonna take that black, just a tip on the very, very tip of it. And I'm just gonna drop it, in. So this flower kind of swoops, a little more water. It's a little too much. Play around with it. Y'all, this is a $1 canvas. You cannot mess this up. Play around with it. And you're gonna see that you're gonna get different shades and it's gonna have more character. So use your imagination to create the interpretation of the outcome you're wanting to achieve with your pot. And I'm just dipping my paintbrush in water. And then I'm just gonna funnel it back over here. And there's gonna be lights, there's gonna be darks. And my pot is not perfect. Okay, so this is gonna be white and white. And I'm doing all the black first so that I can incorporate some of that black in with adding the white. my white dripped. Incorporating the white into the gray. Like, I'm gonna do a little shading to my white so it's not so like pop a white. It'll be like a little bit of a white. All right, so again, water. Let me show you. So scoop my paint over. Try to get this in the frame a little bit more so you guys can see. So I'm just putting my brush in the water, and it's not clean water. And then I just roll off a little bit, just a little bit of that water. And then I'm gonna take and dip my brush, just my bristles a little. And then I'm gonna come back and drop off that water in the next block. I'm gonna dip my bristles in that water, come drop it off. Then I'm gonna take my paintbrush and I'm just barely invisible paint because black is very concentrated, and I'm just gonna kind of wiggle it in to that water we just dropped off. And if I need a little more water, I just dip my brush and come back and work the water through. And so I'm just gonna take it, come around. And then I'm just gonna take most of the paint out of my brush, a little water, and I'm gonna take what's already here and I'm just gonna funnel it into these little lighter areas and just swoosh around. And you would be very surprised at the outcome that you can achieve This one needs a little more now that it's drying. There's no really good way to show you like the way that it looks other than to just kind of let it happen. Okay, you can always come back and like add to if you're like, oh, I don't really have enough. All right, it's gonna come into this one. Add our water. So you've never done this before. Hopefully it's something you learn. So just like whenever we're painting on this canvas and we're doing this water first and we're adding that color. So when we're painting other things, you can get the almost same result. So I don't really want to add a whole lot to this. I just want to pick it up and take it over. Pick it up and take it over. And then I'm just going to pick this up and then bring this over here just a little bit. So as it's drying, I can kind of like customize the look and the flow of it. So you can kind of see how it's a little bit darker there. It's going to be really fun. All right, get that water and come to the next block. Just drop it off. Get us a little black. You see how it starts to spread and expand? I want to use that to my advantage because I want to spread out that pigment and dilute it. So it's more of like a charcoal than a super prominent black. really awesome. And see, I really don't want to add too much, so I'll probably come back and visit this again after I do the next one. Okay. Isn't our pot looking super cute? Okay. Clean your brush, pick up your water, do the next one. See, my paintbrush is gonna drip. Look at that. It's just spreading. It's because it's already wet. It's very much like a watercolor. It's spring, it's fun, it's different. If you wanted to do polka dots, you can do polka dots. You do not have to do any of the things that I'm doing, but I do understand like some of y'all do the same things because it helps you to like learn. It's coming together so nicely. So cute. All right, let's got a couple more. And this is kind of tapering in. It's probably a little too much water for such a small area. So I'm trying to remove some of the paint because it's a really small area. And I don't need it to go like be really super duper dark. But I do get that it needs just a little extra love. Cute. All right, like I said, we're gonna come right back over here now that this is kind of drying. A little extra. Each one of these little blocks, I want it to look like it was kind of a hand-painted pot. All right, so let's do our next one right here. Believe it or not, these brushes do hold a lot of water. And I purposely did these imperfect. Isn't this just lovely? don't remember what this brush was. Number 4. No? What is that? Oh, it is. It's number 4. Okay, let's go ahead and do the bottom. So here's what it looks like so far. Not quite dry all the way, but we're getting there. All right down here in this little bitty area. Got that green happening. Drop that black right over the top of this. I'm gonna really focus on that bottom corner. And spread it this way. It's absolutely the bottom of our planter. Okay, so we've got the bottom of our pot. And then we're gonna take and we're gonna connect these. Just kind of lightly. So it's not like a perfect line. It looks pretty decent. And we're gonna do this one. It's kind of tinier. Pick up that black. And we're gonna find the bottom of our pot. So we kind of get an idea now of where we need to be. With our color. I want a good bit of this to drop kind of to the bottom. And then we're gonna take this and we're gonna imagine that this is the top of our vase, our planter, and we're just swooshing and then we're gonna drop it down. Drop it down. Swoosh it up. And there's a little bit of like a shadow on this side, maybe. So you can kind of see, this is more curved. This is a little flatter over here. So let me add just a little curve to the edge of this one. We'll add some roundness. Just a little. Okay, then up top, we're just gonna follow the flow of the top of our pot. Kind of right into that flower. All right, now for the inner part, that is going to be white. You're gonna take just a little, when I say a little, I mean a little bit. Let's try our black. We're gonna take a little, goodness gracious, y'all. What is up? I drop my cord right in that paint every time. Never fails. Just never fails. I'm gonna try this. Now, you can always come through. Like if you want to add a little width here to your black, you can just make this a little bit chunkier right through here. Like I feel like maybe I want to do that. Just gonna expand right kind of there. Just a little bit. I feel like it needed just a little more chunkiness. And then that black for sure, like along that bottom. Okay, so remember, we're just painting a simple basic painting and we're trying to make it look like we did a fancy job. So my vision is a fancy oil painting. My concept is a pot of flowers on a counter. Maybe there's a window in the back. It's got the double doors that are open. It's got a little like super cottagey painted window ledge. I don't know. Could be a number of things. It's interpretation of however you see it. Okay, let's try not to put this back in the paint again. I'm gonna stick my drink right there so it'll kind of hold it. Okay. Cute. I look at the concept of my imagination and I think, how do I get what my imagination has onto here? What do I want the feeling of this to look like? And how would I achieve those steps? So I imagine like I'm walking through somewhere and I look over and I'm like, I wonder how they got that really cool smoky, like oilish looking background. That's a lot of layers, and that's probably like layer after layer after layer. And in reality, it's just a technique of a style. So you don't have to have anything fancy to create like a really cool background like that. It's just the way that you layer your colors. So this is really fun. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna take my white. I have white here. And I'm gonna scoop me a good little bit onto this plate here, or this paper. So I've got me a good little scoop of white. I'm gonna get me a little drop of that black. Now, I don't really want it to be super gray. But I need it to be a lighter shade, or you could use a lighter gray. It's completely up to you. So I'm gonna take my water right back in to that same thing that we did before. There's that black there, the water, drop it in there. And now we're gonna go pick up, just like we did with the black, that gray. Okay, and we're gonna wash it right into this white. Almost gonna look, I'm hoping that it looks a little bit more invisible, but definitely has it's a white, but it's not a white. It's like an old white. So you can kind of see there's clearly a difference here now from like everything else. And I'm just dipping into it the same way I did the black. I'm doing it here. I'm gonna do the same thing right up here with this one. Drop the water right around that flower. We're gonna go pick up that lighter color and drop it in that water. Now we have to remember that our pot is not perfect. We're not looking for crisp, clean lines of like, ooh, it's just so clean and so beautiful. No, we're looking for a dirty old white that if you took a baby wipe to it, it would probably come really clean. But now it's not so boring. Okay, so that water, and this little spot here. Y'all, we're a little bit over our time. I said like 8:30. We're not even at our flowers yet. But I never can like fully predict like exactly how long something's gonna take. Oh, you're not concerned? I mean, well, my class agenda said like 7 to 8:30. So I want people to be able to like sit down with their paint if they wanted to paint with me and be able to block that time off. People who had kids or like were having someone like sit with their kids and or grandkids or, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you need to go, I completely understand. And you can always finish it later. Got a little extra with that. There we go. It's the top portion anyways. All right, we're gonna do this one. You can't do like water. It'll dry before you get to it, but you can try. So if we try to do like 2 at a time. Yeah. Saturate this one. I'm telling you, it's probably gonna dry. Let's go in to our gray. Let's try to do that. Might work to do a couple. And I'm also kind of going over the black just a little so it doesn't look like such a hard line. It's so relaxing to watch me paint. It's so relaxing to paint. I've had a really long, this is probably the most pain that I've been in a while. And I mean, people talk about like how they have like arthritis and stuff. And I'm like, I have arthritis in my right hand really, really bad. And then I always have back pain. Like my upper shoulders, I feel like they're always like bothering me. And today was just extra. I was laying on the couch with my feet elevated because I'm so swollen. Just a little extra. All right. So this is kind of relaxing and it's super distracting. So we haven't done these 3 yet. But you can kind of see like just that little bit of like even taking that wash of gray over the black just kind of fogs it out and makes it look a little bit better. All right, let's get this wet down here. Add some of that water. So there's this one. Do this tiny one down here. It's gonna be a little more difficult because we've got that white or that green. Try to add some white. Let me dry that really quick. I'm gonna go over it with this gray now. Oop. Need a little bit of a darker gray because it's so white back there. There we go. Okay, but we've covered up that green. All right, same thing over here. Add a little of the plain, like just not diluted, that white. You can kind of see where I dropped off that dark color. It's okay. Let's go over it. Pick up that gray. There we go. All right, let's do some black. I just want to kind of round it off just a little bit right there. Bring back just a smidge of that. Okay. All right, here's our pot. That's a little better there. I'm not gonna over. Yes, I'm gonna go see the doctor. Yeah, my hands are like, they almost look like they have a rash. Like from here, like this whole strip right here is all pink. And like right across here, it's like on both hands, it's like rashy. It's weird. I don't know. I do not know. Cannot figure it out. I have not been able to wear my rings in like 2 months. It's crazy. Crazy. All right, I'm gonna swipe up this gray. That way I don't have to go get a whole new paper. All right, now we have our flowers, and I'm gonna go ahead and do our stems. If you wanna do something extra beyond this, this is a simple, I'm not adding like a super shadow and like a extra background. Like I'm not trying to do this high-end, really in-depth painting with you guys. This is a free class. And so I feel like this is a super basic level, but very intermediate level of a free paint class. So you can take a lot of these techniques and apply them in multiple ways. And every class that I teach you, I try to teach you a really good way to be a better painter. And it's just a lot of like scenarios and situations and outcomes and visions and how you would like, you need to be in that moment to try to figure out how to achieve that look. And so if you want to get a really cool, kind of looks like a watercolor, but kind of looks like it's hand painted, then wet your canvas first, add your water, drop it in, blend it out, let it dry, let it be organic. But then our background is a whole different way of achieving that look. And then our bottom down here, a whole different way of doing that too. So everything we've done, I always want to find a way to show you it's not just paint here, paint here, paint here. It's like, we're going to do this to get the background. We're going to do this to get this. We're going to do this to get this. And like I said, there are tons of people who teach paint classes. There's tons of ways that people interpret them. And this is not really meant to be like, you're going to be some phenomenal, like professional painter after this. But I want you to be able to paint something that looks like this. Even if you're brand new. Because I'm sharing with you all the ways that you can do that. So some of the intimidation is the, you see it done, you see it and you're like, oh, I don't think I can do that. I've never painted before. But when I tell you, hey, we just traced this on a blank canvas and I'm about to show you, if you just open your mind up and try this, you may not have the exact outcome, but practice makes progress and you can do it. You can do it. All right, so our little stems, I just gotta remember where they are. So I'm gonna use my paper to remind me. They are in these areas. So look at how clean my lines are on my pot. But then here, it looks super awesome. I'm like, I love this. It's not like so pristine and perfect, and it's just really, it's really cool looking. So I did miss a stem right here. Just draw it in. Just do it. You can do it. All right, so we've got our stems gonna go here. So I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna drop that right like so. And I'm using the same brush. Let me turn my paint around. I'm using the same brush that I did for the black and the white. And I'm going to come right up here and I'm going to do this one as well. And you can kind of tuck in behind, but we're going to still do our flowers, and our flowers are going to be really fun. So we've got our stem. And then we have another one here. Let's see, where is it? Right here. We've got another one like right like so. And it comes kind of down like that. And you can always add a little dark colors to your green to give you some dimension. Now our flower does come over this, so I'm not gonna worry about that. This flower also comes over this. There's a lot of sky showing through here. This one comes right here. And it kind of peaks upward into that. This curves. So there's that one. And then it could come behind. Like technically this stem could come straight down, like if it was curving upward. So it could be hidden behind this. But this one I have curving upwards towards this. But you can add in, as we get done, you can add into these little areas. Like you can add a little stem right through here if you want to. You can add one through here. You can put a stem wherever the heck you want to. It's completely up to you. So this one's gonna go right up here. And it carries downward. And to here. And we got a little petal there. And then this one kind of curves. This curves. I'm gonna do this one a little bit darker. And then right over here, we've got this one. That's kind of peeked in there. I think I want to make this one a little bit bigger. All right, so now we have our stems. The sky's here, but there's going to be a flower petal there. So we're going to take our coral color. I'm trying to decide if I want to do the coral because I kind of like this vibe. I really don't think I want to do the purple. So I think I want to do the coral and I want to do a light, like a mega light yellow mix in the middle. And so what I do want to do is take a oval brush kind of like this, which I really didn't think about until just this moment. It's a number 10 and I'm going to get it wet. And I'm going to get away from this black here. We don't want that. So we're going to use this one. And I just wet my bristles. It's not that I want my brush super saturated, okay? So what I want to do is make sure that the brush has not dry bristles, but it's not dripping wet and a lot of water's not going to flow off of this. So I'm going to take my coral color and basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around and create a little swooshy loop for each one of these little petals. It's not perfect. Flowers are not perfect. And what it's going to do is create a little cupping. And you can twist and turn your canvas. You can do whatever you want to. So I'm just gonna swoosh and swoosh, swoosh and swoosh, We're not looking for a crisp, clean line. It is a flower petal, okay? And we want it to kind of go with our painting. So I'm gonna come back around this way, and I'm gonna go swoosh, 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 swoosh. And so you're gonna get to where it looks like it's imperfect edges. It's like visual texture. There's not a lot of texture there, but there's texture there. And you're gonna do that for all of your little flowers. Just like so. So we have now our little flower array. Take your paintbrush with your white, and you're basically gonna go in a swooshing motion, like the whole kind of middle of your flower. In the center. And so you're gonna have like, so if you struggle with trying to get like the dark edges, this is one of the ways you can do it. Do your dark, then your light, it's just a lighter shade, over the top, blend it out, and then on top of that, we're gonna take our yellow and a white, almost like you want to get a marble color, and you're just gonna dot, dot, dot around like the middle of your flower. Take your white and dot, dot, dot. Then you can take, if you want to add little extra details, take your white, and then all you have to do is like just take little bits off the edge. My white is so far away. Could do this with a pen too. Just kind of add, you're just adding a little something. Now we can take and define this, taking our yellow, and you can go around and you can add your little dots, swirl it into the middle. You can do a number of things, like whatever your flower looks like in the middle, okay? Then, so I'm just showing you this one flower, how you can do all of your flowers. You can do them however you want to. So this one flower has a little bit of character. And then I'm going to take a little green and a little black. And this is what you could do, like at the end, it'd be like the last step, go to each one of your flowers and you can do this, okay? So you can take and add a little, like whatever your little center is, you can add just a little something. Take your coral color. This is where you can get multiple shades. So you're color mixing a lot of different things. And I know for time purposes, I just want to show you this because I know that it's gonna, you know, take a minute. So mix you a little deeper shade. And anywhere you did those folds, you can add in a little shadow. It just creates an illusion that this is the inner part of your flower, and this is kind of coming up from there. So you've got just a little inner. So if you are a simple, there's a more complex way to paint flowers. I'm not showing you that. That is just going to overwhelm people, and I'm not going there. This is a simple way for you to get a detailed flower that's not just a, see how I did the circle, circle, like the loop, 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 circle, loop, 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 circle. This is a way to change that circle into something different. It's a whole different perspective in this pot of flowers. Okay, so we're gonna try, just practice. You gotta practice, and all your flowers are probably gonna look different. So I'm gonna do all of them the same, and then I'm gonna try to achieve this look towards the end, okay? We're gonna layer all of them and then come back. So I'm gonna take my coral color, and I'm gonna go swoosh, 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 coral color, swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. And you can change your shades for all of your flowers. And as you kind of get around, you can see where you need to add like a little extra love. And then swoosh, swoosh. I'm gonna add me that white. Go right around that middle. My painting almost got away from me. Okay, we'll come back to that. All right, coral. We're gonna do swoosh, 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 swoosh. You'll get a lot faster once you like get it going. Swoosh, swoosh. I'm all about the sound effects. It's kind of feels tropical and springy, like at the same time. I really do like that. The colors I picked feel kind of tropical and springy. So it could be like summer. It could be whatever you want it to be. If you're really good at painting flowers and you want to do like your own little thing, you're welcome to do that. Let's do that white. Coral, and then I'm gonna swoosh, swoosh. Just like so. You see how they're coming together? Cute. Coral. Let's go in and do swooshing on this one. I'm gonna leave that one kind of like that because this one's gonna come into this one. You're doing it pretty okay. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. You just kind of you have to also have kind of a light hand. You can't really super overwork it. Okay, let's come in and get that white. I'm gonna do a lighter shade. Swooshing. Swooshing, swooshing. Come in with that white. Just gonna go ahead and directly add that. I'm gonna get a new paper towel. Give me just a second. My paper towel got a little wet. Set that aside. All right, I'm just gonna letting these dry on their own. Oh, I just stuck my finger right in that orange. All right, let's get that coral. I'm gonna come back to this one last. Now I'm gonna come up here to this one. And this one is kind of behind. So I'm just gonna kind of swirl it. And then come back. So this petal goes that way, that one goes that way. This has got like the loop, and then we have a loop. It's a little bit of a bigger loop. So loop, loop, loop. Let's scoop that a little more. And then it loops around. So quite a bit of water in that. And then we're gonna go and swoosh and swoosh. Let's get that white. I never can find the most perfect shades of colors that I like. So I really love color mixing. Put my cup on my thing here. I really enjoy color mixing my own kind of shades. So what you can do is do all the backs and then do all the fronts. That's another thing that you can do. I just kind of like to wing it on my own. There's no wrong answer. Let's do this one here. And so this one is a front. So it's going to be like so. It's going to be like so. Swoosh. Swoosh. Let's twist it. Swoosh. 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 And then swoosh. Mix in that white. And I'm going to go right over the top. Again, no wrong answer. Flowers are all different, y'all. I did just get some Vinkas today, though, at the Lowe's. I was very excited. I was like, they have Vinkas. I got white ones this time. All right, this one is also a front. So swooshing that one. I forgot. That's okay. People will watch on the replay. As soon as I show them what we painted, they'll be like, oh God, I want to do that. Don't forget, next Friday and Saturday, we have our rain boots and our mushroom, and they're going to be really fun. So if you want to sign up for that one, I would love for you to sign up for that one. Let's get a little more white in there. I'm just going to bring it right directly on. It's got that tropical vibe. Judy, taking all this in so I'll be able to paint on my own. I haven't painted anything since being in school. I transferred all the flowers onto a canvas. I wanted to watch yours first. That's okay. Judy, listen, the first thing I said, like I did an introduction video of like how to get started. Like here's a canvas, here's like some other alternatives and tracer paper and like all the stuff. And then one of the things I said is that you have to give yourself permission to fail and practice and be a beginner. And sometimes being a beginner means that you've been a beginner before, but you're a beginner again. And I have been there. Like I've been there on so many different levels with so many things in my life. And it is kind of like riding a bike. Like you'll find that you're like, I remember that not all my flowers are going to look like a carbon copy of each other. Like it's okay that they don't look the same. The goal is that you took this canvas and put color on it and you turned it into something that looks so cute. And if you made mistakes, if yours doesn't look like this, maybe next time it will, but you're practicing and you're doing all the things. And that is like the most awesome part. So I'm going to scoop this just a little bit right here because I feel like it just needs a little love. It needs a little something. All right. So let's take and add just add a little extra. Okay, just going to give it a little, just went and revisited that. Because I didn't like it. And I'll probably do it again. But I think that it's like people have this perception. I had this perception. When I first started doing toll painting classes. I did them online. My grandma was so good at toll painting. And she loved to do like the primitive stuff and ceramics, and she did such a good job. And I would look at all of her like saws and her cutting boards and her buckets that she would paint. Like it was just a whole thing. And I was like, gosh, if I could paint like her, that would be so amazing. And so the first few times I did it, I was like, this is awful. I'm so terrible. But then I realized that I had zero experience, and then I had to practice. And the more I practiced, the more I learned my own way to paint. So copying something is one thing. Like you can try to get this none of you are going to get exactly what this is because I did this. My pressure, my color mixing, my technique, my swooshing, whatever it is, okay? It's all going to be different. And so it's like having an understanding is this is not like I'm putting this on a copy machine and you're now creating a carbon copy. It doesn't work that way. And you guys all probably know this, and if you're new to this, then you probably don't. But this is the way that my brain works. It's like I can paint really good. I can do a really good job, and I can wow people with all of these things. But showing them something that looks intimidating is not the way to win people to try, okay? I want to show you this with a color dropped version so that you can see a basic, simple thing and you can say, oh, I can visualize that, which I showed a color part of this that I did on my iPad. I drew that and now I've painted it. So the goal is you see it and it's simple and your brain connects on a way that is like very primary. The way that I presented this to you is vastly different than the outcome. And I do that on purpose because if I show you this, so many people won't show up and even try because they think it's too hard or they don't have the skill set or they don't have a steady hand. There is no steady hand. I'm telling you, I have the most pain in my right hand and I'm still finding a way to make it work. I know that the number one thing about arthritis and things that you're struggling with is to keep using your hands. Keep using them. Use your paintbrush. Use your fingers. It's gonna, like my thumb, I feel like I need to like pop the joint because it's so stiff and hurts. And my hands are so swollen right now, but I'm gonna do it. Because I know that that's important to keep my hands going. So I push through it, and that is why I love to do all of this stuff because I practice. But my outcome isn't trying to create perfection. My outcome is to achieve a pot of flowers, no matter what they look like. None of my flower centers are going to look like this one. They're all going to look different. They're all going to look different. Because I'm literally mixing 82 times right here, this little swooshy layered lighter color, where I'm just going right into the paint. None of the color shades are going to match. Nothing's going to be perfect. So I want you to take your cardboard or your canvas or something, get you a paper plate, get you some paints, put it on there, and if it's awful, no one has to know. No one has to know. You don't have a printer? So if you have do you have a computer? I don't know if you have a computer. Well, let me show you a little trick, okay? Let me show you a little trick. I'm gonna take this, if you have an iPad, a computer, let me show you a little trick, which a lot of people don't know, okay? So this is y'all, I'm just gonna pull up my whole stand so I can show you. This is, let me move my painting. This is my iPad. We'll come back to this in just a second because I really want to encourage you guys. This is my iPad. This is the drawing. Now I give you a black and white version of this. If you have a computer and you put your piece of paper over the top of this, do you see what you can see? You can see right through it. Put your blank paper over your computer or your iPad, trace it on there. Do you see how it's almost a perfect copy? With the exception of a few things. You can also like zoom it out, like pinch it out. Lay your paper over, trace it. You can see through and make your own thing like this way. Okay, so I don't want you to feel like you can't do something because you don't have the right tools. And if you don't have a computer, you don't have an iPad, I mean, like, you're going to have to wing it at that point. But I do highly suggest that if anyone doesn't have a printer, come Black Friday, if you have it like on your like wish list for Christmas, I feel like a printer is like, you need a printer. You need a printer. Yes, try that. I'm telling you. Where there's a will, there is a way. I will do my best to try to encourage you. All right, let's go back to our painting. All right, we're going to do this one. Just like using a light box, that's right. All right, so we're going to go and do this one. Now, this one is a front, so it's going to go right over, swoosh it, and swoosh this. Okay, and we're gonna swoosh this right off the edge. And you can turn it. I like to turn mine. I have different visuals. Like for some people, they can just like do it with no issue. And I'm like, no, I've got to turn my canvas. I gotta do it. This coral color is pretty spot on. Like I said, I feel like I'm a broken record, repeating myself. It's like spring/summer. It's spring/summer. All right, we're gonna take that white. And I just dipped my brush a little bit in the water just to like dilute that. And I'm gonna create me like a lighter shade here. And swoosh it around. Sometimes it picks up that color again and it gets a little darker. So you might need to add a little bit more. All right. All right, this one is in the front. This one's a back, but I think I might want to make it a front. I don't know. Because this is a front, back, it's like 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, like this is the middle and then this is the back. But this is behind. We'll see. We'll see what we want to do. All right, this is a forward. So swoosh it. The swooshing really helps create that fun petal. Bring it back. Just a little water, some white. Told you our flowers are going to be so different. All right, we got one more to go. And I really feel like I want to make this one. So this one is a forward. This one's a forward. Over the top. That's going to dry. Let me dry that. It just gives us that little curve from the front of this one. don't know, maybe I want to do it in the back. Let's do it in the back. Oh, that brush is wet. Oh, where are we? We're right here. I'm gonna go ahead and add that color. And then I'm gonna add that white. I'm gonna come in. Lighter. There we go. All right. So we're gonna take we're gonna make that yellow. We're gonna make that light yellow. Now I put a lot of paint on my plate. I always do that. Never fails. I always add entirely too much. I'm gonna get a new paper towel. Now our water looks like this. I'm still using it. I'm still painting with it. So I'm gonna take my yellow. My white. And I'm trying to get to that lighter color there. And then I'm gonna pull out quite a bit of that coral color. Get my brush wet. Bring that yellow. Bring that white. I'm just gonna go in and I'm going to kind of follow the flow of the other flowers. Just looking at my picture in front of me. And so I'm just gonna do a little splotchy. Just kind of like we did over here. Pick that up. That one got a little crazy. This one's a little too perfect. And these need to dry. Now I'm going to take this brush here, come in, I'm going to add just a little bit of like little white bits, kind of like we did before. Okay, so we got a little bit of white bits. Now we're gonna take that coral, mix it with a little black, make a darker hue, value shade, whatever you wanna call it. And basically we're gonna now just try to figure out which way is going what, okay? So this is gonna go this way, and I'm just gonna find my petal to the center of here. Maybe not up here, but maybe just a little jab of like a little center petal. I'm not trying to overwork it. So just remember, I'm very lightly taking and adding a little bit of that color to find the petal. So I'm just adding a little bit, creating that petal. They're not really perfect. And then I'm just gonna drop this one in, and then we're gonna come in and find the middles. Okay, so now our petals, our flowers are starting to look like they've got they're laying backwards, forwards, to the side. They've got some curvature to them. They have a little bit of character and their own personality. So I'm just coming over here. You can always add a little water to your brush, just make that watercolor. And then dip it in, pick up some of that pigment, and then go to the next one. Okay, so we've got this one here. I need a little more water. Brush got a little dry. So we need a little here. We've got some here and here. Got a little bit there, a little bit there. This one has quite a few little petals to it. This one has curved this way, this way, this way, and then just a little here. Maybe even a smidge there. Just remember, it's a painting with flowers in a pot. Okay, this one is going to have the flower petal go here, 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 there, a drop, and leave it. This one's gonna go here, 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 drop, just a little drop. Now, we're not painting fancy flowers. We are painting simple, non-intimidating flowers in a pot. At least that's my hope, so that you don't feel intimidated. So, and you're just deciding, you're making a decision which direction, what gets a full to the center of the yellow and what just gets a little bitty drop of a line. You get to decide that with your flowers. I'm gonna make me a little bit more of this color. Almost like a brown. All right, and I'm gonna make this one go this way, this way, this way, and this way. And then let's do a little here. And let's not do anything right here. So this one's gonna have a loop here, a loop here, also here, here, and then a little drop like right there. This flower is not a very pretty flower, but it is hanging out in the background. All right, so now we're gonna take just a little of our coral, just a little coral, and I'm just gonna go back over this little area right here that's covering. There's still a little bit of that brown in my brush. I just don't want it to be, I want it to be more of the coral color. So basically what we're trying to do is achieve the front now and define it, and then the back. So this one is a front, so it's gonna come over the top of this one. So we're just gonna make sure that that is a front. Over this, that's behind. Okay, so we've got front. This is a front right here. So we're gonna bring that. This is a front. Okay, this is a front. It's just a simple way for you to add that character and layer. So this is a front. This clearly is the front of this one. This one. This one. Okay. So I'm not trying to be real extra with this. So now we're going to take and add our little center. So I'm going to take my black, some white, some of that brown. Actually, let's just mix it into this. We can do that. Just make this a lot richer, and we're going to use this. So I'm going to go this way. This is a lot more black than I wanted it to be. And we're just gonna find that middle. Let's deepen this up just a little bit. Okay, we're gonna come back this way, make like a Y, and then add you just a little line. I don't know what kind of flowers these are. I'm just making it up. I'm making up a flower. It's a tropical-ish flower, but it's springy. This one, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna create the Y. And then we're gonna do like the little doodad there. Here, same thing. We're gonna do this one a little bit smaller. And then we're gonna do this one definitely to the side, like that. And you can kind of see how our flowers are starting to look. And we'll come back and add some pizzazz. Just add you all the little bits that you want to add to the middle of your flower. Okay, so now we're gonna take this, we're gonna add our white. Now we're getting so close to the end, like it's so close, it's not even funny. And so you can add little bits of white. Like little highlights. Take your brush and basically just smudge them out. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that coral color and just kind of like we did the background. We're just going over them. All it's doing is adding little highlights. To our little flowers. Do like a couple at a time. Then take your little coral color and just blend them, just like we did this one. It's there, you know it's there, but it's like, it's so subtle. All right, let's do the next one. And it's gonna be this one. So let's just do this one and this one. Dip right in with that one brush. What is that? Number something. 3? At number 3. Okay. I feel like that was just a little too much. All right. Let's come in to this one and this one. I'm just gonna go right over the top of that. Then we're gonna add a little more white specks. So this is the last one right here. Let me add back just a smidge of that right there. Okay, so just like so. So our flowers are in our black pot, sprouting up. They're going whichever direction. I'm not trying to teach you how to add like the shadow in the back or like the circular dimension of the, like this is about creating something that you did as a beginner, and I just showed you the most simplistic way to achieve like a dimensional layer look with dirty paint water. With dirty paint water. Y'all, it's just, there's a method. There's a method. There's a method. So, just drip my water on there. All right, let's come back and add just a few little speckles to the inner part of our flowers. And I'm just dropping dots in no particular order. Now, right under this one, I'm gonna take a little wash, and I'm just gonna kind of drop a little bit of that color under here and under this one. And then you can add little hues. Like if you wanted to add a little like back shadow, like a background, you just basically drop in a little watercolor in there. Now, let's say that you're like, I think this needs to have a little bit marbly, like white. So basically all you're gonna do is take your that same brush we've been using, really extra round brush, like that pointy number 10. And let's say you want to add a little swatch of white. You can add you some water to your white. Get you a little wash going. And just wash over, like a watercolor wash. Just wash over. And it's gonna create more of like a smoky marble in the back that just levels it up even a little bit more. And you can see I'm taking my brush and I'm just working it. Just with my dirty paint water. You do want to make sure that you don't have like too much on there. But yeah, just wash over it. And if you really want to get a cool look, take a little of it and just sprinkle it in to your flowers. And it's just gonna create a fun trickle of like what just happened there. That was really fun. And then you can take just a little bit more, add it. To the back. Just like so. Voila! So, spring is a oily kind of maybe painting. Almost could look like chalk pastels. You did it. You did it. You did it. Our pot's not perfect. Our flowers are not perfect. Our bottom is not perfect, but it's so much fun. Maybe this is like a little area in your grass that has a little pot sitting out front, and it's you just cut your grass and the lawn is mowed. The sky is like the perfect background. You could even add like inner little purples from the sky Let me show you how to do that. And y'all, then our class is gonna be done, okay? So take you a little purple, because we didn't use any of that. Take you a little purple. Just whoosh, like just drop you in like what just happened right there. See, it's just like a little water wash. Just like a subtle something. Purple, dirty paint water, mix it up. Oh my goodness. It's like, what is going on with that goodness? Even sneak you in a little bit of that purple right like through there. And it's like it was there the whole time. It's your first time and you're pretty happy with yourself? Oh my gosh. I'm super excited. Okay, first of all, I'm super excited to see what you did. Okay, second of all, I'm gonna sign my painting because I think everyone should sign their painting. Everyone should sign their work, okay? Everybody should sign their paintings. So I'm gonna sign my painting. I want you to sign yours. And I want you to take a picture and I want you to show me what you did. And then I really want you to consider joining me next week. And we're gonna do the mushroom. And we're gonna do the rain boots. Now these are spring paintings. Mushroom, rain boots. Okay. I love this so much. Let me clean out my brush. Put them back in my little thing over here because I don't wanna not have them for next time. All right, I had quite a few paper towels that I used. Not too bad. Let me fold this over. And let me get, I'm gonna get a marker. This little fine marker here. And I'm gonna sign a strong. And then I'm gonna date it. I always try to do this on the inside. So today is 4/20/24. Now, remember, this is where we started. Okay, this is where we started. Remember, I told you our tracer was absolutely terrible and it wasn't gonna matter. I meant that. You can do something like this and you can do green, black, you can do black and white, you could do a blue background or you could do a pink background. I know my example was like a pink background, which is really fun, but I really wanted to do like this one. So you can paint it just like this. Very like specific outlines, but we got this flower and we resulted in this result, or we came to this result with this starter. So you can have a simple flower and pot that looks very clean, basic, simple, or you can take it to this. So promise you, like I said, everyone's painting is gonna look different. I will download this and I will send you the replay. I hope that you had a good time with this one. it's just really fun. And look at that hue of purple that we just added in. It's just really fun. So much fun. Now, as we paint and as we practice, we will learn a little bit more about creating what looks like more of a dimensional curved pot. More detailed flowers, but they're not going to be in, it's going to be, it'll have to be like in a painting will take us a week to do. But we're not there. And this, like I said, this is just a free class for you. This is to introduce you to getting a canvas, getting out some paints, putting them on a plate, actually doing it, sitting down, getting a cup of water, tracing it on, and then actually putting paint on a canvas. Like, this is the goal of, like, let's get started there. Let's just kind of achieve that. So I want you to try this. Watch this on the replay. You can pause it, you can rewind, you can, you know, practice on a piece of paper, the swooshes. And if you're not comfortable putting it on the canvas right away, get you a bunch of cardboard pieces and just practice the things that I'm showing you. Like, add the water, then the black, create the water wash, add the gray to the white. It's like, it looks like white, but it's also not white. It's kind of grimy, it's gross. This has got green, and it's like, is it grass? Is there a puddle? Is it a reflection? Is it fabric? Is it glossy wood? Is it a windowsill? Is this a reflection behind? A glare? Like, what's happening? We don't really know. It's all for whoever sees it to interpret it. Steven, you got done. That's awesome. So take a picture, show it to me. I can't wait to see you guys next time. I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Hopefully my swelling goes down. It's gone down a little bit. I'm gonna have to go to the doctor, but yes, you have a blessed evening. So let me show you. This is what it looks like. It's so cute. It's so fun. It's so adorable. Add all the little details that you want. And I'm just really proud of you guys. So thanks again for being here and trusting me and just having a good time. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys next time. Y'all have a great night.